Greetings nerds and virgins, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to go through the best fighters currently not in the UFC. But before we start, can you like and subscribe? I'm getting views but I want some subscribers as well since I'm building a community here. So please subscribe to hop on the shadow train. Choo choo, hop on the shadow train. So first of all we got McKee with a record of 22 wins with one dodgy loss to a guy he already beat in Pitbull. McKee is known for his really high level grappling game. And I have been on the hype train since 2019, no need to flex. I knew this kid would be great and go far, and so far he has wins over Pitbull, Darren Caldwell, who's a very good wrestler, Roberto De Souza in Ryzen, who's the Ryzen lightweight champion. And I watched that fight, and let me just say, as an McKee fan, I do not know how the judges scored that for him, but anyways, we'll take it. We move. He also beat Sydney Outlaw off his back the entire fight. Like, I'll put a picture of Sydney Outlaw's face after the fight versus McKee. McKee reminds me of Tony Ferguson. The way he cuts people open with elbows off his back is insane. He also went viral for the McKeeatine, he calls it. It's like a guillotine position-ish, but it's a crank, not a blood choke. McKee also won the Bellator Grand Prix tournament for $1 million at featherweight. He's now fighting at lightweight and was in the lightweight tournament, but he actually had to pull out due to injury. But the next fighter we got on this list is Denny Sabatto. So the Italian gangster is basically Bellator's version of Colby Covington, except he sounds like Mickey Mouse on helium and is built like Gumby. Standing at 5'9", fighting at the bantamweight division, Denny Sabatto is known for his high-paced wrestling and his really good scrambling ability. Like, both his fights with Roffey and Stotts were some of the best scramble eggs I've ever seen, apart from Armin and Gamrot. Denny Sabatto has a record of 14 wins with 4 losses and has wins over Brett Johns, Leandro Higo, and personally I thought he won the first fight against Stotts for sure. I'll give Stotts the second fight, but the judges scored both fights for Stotts. Quick side note, I find it super creepy how Denny Sabatto and Roffey and Stotts are both wrestlers. Both had one loss going into the first fight. One's Nigerian, one's American. And the American talks the most shit, and the Nigerian won both the fights with controversy. This is literally Bellator's version of Colby Covington vs Kamaru Usman. Next on this list though, we got another Bellator bantamweight. We got Patchy Mix. This is another guy I've been high on for a while now. He has a crazy good grappling with solid striking with a record of 19 wins and 1 loss. He has wins over Roffey and Stotts, Magomedov, Sergio Perez, Kyoji Horiguchi, and James Gallagher. Listen, out of everyone so far on the list, there's nobody I want to see in the UFC more than Patchy Mix. He's also training partners with Aljo and Marab, so you know he's getting good work in the training room, just like he's getting good work in the bed with his girlfriend Tatiana Suarez, who's currently ranked number 1 in the UFC strawweight rankings. Patchy Mix also won the 1 million Grand Prix at Bellator for the Bantamweight Championship, so you know he's really a beast. But enough with Bellator fighters for now, since next up we got Shamil MV, who I'm not going to lie, I counted out big time against Logan Storley, since I knew Logan Storley from Bellator and I know how good his wrestling game is, but Mosaev made me a fan after that fight. Mosaev currently fights in PFL though, and he has incredible takedown defense, as you should expect from a Russian. But honestly, this dude's long straight punches, his kicks from the outside, this guy in my opinion could be the current best welterweight alive right now. Other than Colby Covington, of course. I'm really interested in seeing his next fight though, as he's fighting another undefeated Russian, Murad Ramazanov, who has a record of 4-0 in the amateurs and 12-0 in the pros. And most of Murad's wins are from ground and pound and submission, so I can tell he's a grappler. So I want to see how Shamil handles a fighter like that. But next up though, we got another Russian. This guy's the first ever to be a 3-division champion in a main MMA organization. I'm talking about Anat Malkin. Hard name to say, I'm gonna just call him Anatoly. But as I said before, 3-division champion, winning the ONE FC light heavyweight, middleweight, and heavyweight belts. This guy seems unstoppable. He has a record of 14 wins, 0 losses, and they're all by finish as well. He has 10 knockouts, 4 submissions. Like, just imagine him on the UFC roster right now. Training out of Tiger Muay Thai, this guy is a Russia freestyle wrestling champion with a one-shot knockout power. I don't know which weight he does his best work at, since, as I said, he's a 3-weight champion, but his most recent belt he won was at middleweight, so imagine him versus Khamzat Chimaev in the future. That fight gives me goosebumps, but he is 30 years old, so I can't lie, he's on borrowed time right now. So if he's going to make the move to UFC, he's going to have to probably do it within a year. Unless he fights at heavyweight, then he can probably fight at a high level until he's 45 due to the longevity of the weight class. But yeah, just so you guys know, I didn't include fighters who were already in the UFC. Trust me, I know Mighty Mouse is the best fighter at the UFC by far. But that's just a cop-out if I put him in this vid. But let me know your favorite MMA fighters outside the UFC right now. I'm looking for the best new prospects to watch out for that could make some noise in the UFC. Remember to like and subscribe to hop on the Shadow Train. Choo choo! Hop on the Shadow Train. But yeah, let's see at the top.
You tried to break me, but you couldn't tear me apart. I've got a fire inside, gonna ignite and restart. I'm rising up higher than before. With every step I take, I'm closing in on the score.